Yes, my friends, it's Green Tea Mousse Cookie time here today, where we're going to give you the Beascuits, the toppings, and the gear guide for you on how to use Green Tea Mousse Cookie, and I couldn't be more excited. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. On top of that, if you got a question, if you got a comment, let me know. I love to hear from you and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server, my friends. Now, all that information is available to you down below. You can check that out, along with other great ways to support the channel, so thank you for that, like our memberships, affiliate links, and our swag and merch store. So thank you. Now, a couple things here we will break down in today's episode. Green Tea Mousse Cookie will give you those biscuits and toppings and all the gear tips and tricks as always, and go for a run with this particular one. It is a fun one and I'm excited for it here today. Now, that is available to you in those timestamps that we have down below for you. And now let's get into it here and learn a little bit more about Green Tea Mousse Cookie. So a couple things here. This is the latest and greatest cookie with the brand new update that dropped last night, at least last night for me. And we have a defense frontliner. A couple things about this cookie that I really like. One, we now have the wind elemental type right here in this as well, which is super awesome. So I wanted to call it out before I start reading through this. We do get the Mousse Shield here. It's an 11-second cooldown. We have Green Tea Mousse Cookie taunts enemies, so that's a big one there. We got another taunting cookie enemies and combines her shields into one. Her regular attack speed decreases, but she becomes able to attack all nearby enemies, push them back, and then stun with a certain probability. After that, Green Tea Mousse Cookie will apply a damage resist buff to her allies and gain the Mousse Shield buff and an HP shield. If she receives a certain number of hits while her Mousse Shield is active, Green Tea Mousse Cookie will heal the team in proportion to their defense. This is something new. I'll come back to this in a second. This effect will activate once over a certain period of time. The Team Drizzle effect will activate when entering battle with Choco Drizzle and put in all mode Cookie as well. So this was a new thing in the update. Here we also have the defense scaling, which is something that I don't recall seeing somewhere else. That's why I'm saying it is new. So we do have that as well. So that's pretty interesting. So that's one thing to keep in mind depending on the team that you are running. Now we have transformation 10 seconds here. We got taunt for 5. We got Mousse Shield damage 500% of attack, regular attack damage during transformation 385% of attack. We got stun at 50% chance for 3 seconds. We get damage focus, absorbs 20% of damage allies take while transformed. Mousse Shield reflects 10% of damage resist plus 50%, and then HP shield blocks damage equal to 30% of max HP for 10 seconds. Damage resist plus 25% for 10 seconds, healing 58.3% of target's defense when hit 5 times, capped at 50% of target's max HP, activated every 5 seconds. That is a lot. So here we got Team Drizzle. Green Tea Mousse Cookie's taunt can't be dispelled. We got damage focus for Choco Drizzle and Cookie putting all mode Cookie, 40% damage, and damage resist for Choco Drizzle and putting all mode plus 45%, debuff resist plus 50% for 10 seconds for the team upon using her skill. Pretty impressive there. Tons of huge boosts and stats. Big ones here again. You can see the attack scaling. We can see lots of damage resist in here as well. And then lots of these other pieces here that scale off defense and healing. This thing is an absolute tank for sure. So what does that mean when it comes to our biscuits and toppings? However, before we do, we got to make sure we get this thing leveled up. So I'm going to take advantage of my item here and my jelly, of course. So those things come because I get a lot of questions about these from the events. So make sure that you're doing those to take advantage of getting the fast pass level ups there. Here we go. We're now all the way there. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Let's see how much we have here. We'll at least always go to 60. I think we might go all the way. Let's go ahead and do that. Hooray. If you saw a huge boost there to everything, now we've pretty much doubled the percent of attack. So that's a pretty hard hit. So keep that in mind. So what's that mean for our biscuits? All right. So couple things here. First and foremost, if they end up going down the route of adding a wind elemental type Beascuit, you could consider that for this one in particular. Today, though, let's see what we can grab. We'll go ahead and throw this one on for now. There we go. And talk about some of these other pieces. So again, if they go with the elemental, this would be the spot where you could add that. A couple things that you could consider on this, even though it is a defense cookie, the damage resist bypass might not be a bad idea depending on kind of two things. There's kind of going to be a spectrum on this one between that attack forward as Green Tea Mousse Cookie and then a truly like turtled green tea, because what that means is you could shift some of your stuff into attack and work on that of a tanky attacker, or you could just be, hey, I'm gonna use the team here to do all the attacking and then really focus on that turtling. So in that case, couple things that you could do here. If you're going to go on that attack side, you can go with the damage resist bypass. You could consider more attack. The defense might provide some additional help, and here's why: because you get that healing, the self-healing, and then additionally that might offset some other pieces there. Damage resist is always great. We do get a ton of damage resist when we are turtled though, so don't forget that. And anything that's going to have bypass will go right through some of those pieces as well, so keep that in mind in terms of those parts. So a couple things here. Again, if you're going to be on that defense side, I would focus on that damage resist plus the HP plus the defense and kind of some main things. You could throw in a little bit of cooldown here. If you want more attack, you can add in that attack as well. And then again, if you go with that damage resist bypass, those are some other key tips and tricks. Here we're pretty balanced. We got defense, attack, we got some crit. You could go crit on this thing too, which would be kind of wild, and some cooldown. So we're going to leave it on this one. Again, giving you some ideas on how to build this particular cookie for your team and how you want to use it. I'm going to be more oriented towards the defense type. So what does that mean then when it comes to our toppings? A couple things here. You could, depending on the two and how you're balancing it, you could actually go on raspberry here if you wanted to get that bonus in on that attack and that attack scaling and lifting your attack to deal tons and tons of damage here. However, what I'm going to do is actually go solid almond for more survivability. I would definitely build a second set though for these two, depending on what you're playing, PvP, PvE, because it can make a difference, as you've seen a lot of the guides here on the channel. Now, giving those two pieces, the other one to really keep in mind is this. Now I finally have time where I do have and gone through to get some iris gem toppings, and this is a great spot where you can use iris gem toppings. If you go on attack might work very well between putting all the mode and your choco drizzle there as an example, so that could be one idea for you, which I can certainly do, or we can go with solid almond and make this thing even more tanky. So I'm actually going to do that for now. I'm going to claim 5 of these and go with the solid almond, because again, as the free-to-play player, this is generally going to be your safer bet in terms of all this other tweaking. However, certainly you can definitely do that and feel free to do that. And we are going to be focused on this though today, as being more of a beefy tank if we can find them. Uh-oh, where are you? Filter. Let's find these. Here we go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna boost all these, auto upgrade. Let's go. Now, I get a lot of questions on these toppings, by the way, by players. I've made tons of investments. I got tons of them here from just playing and playing and playing, so you can always break them down. The other thing is just make sure you're participating every day, because you can get more outside of that. They do add up quickly from those perspectives. So here we go. Let's go ahead and add these ones, and then we're going to give you a more detailed breakdown when it comes to these ones in particular. So if we go this route, which is what we did, a couple things to consider here on your bonus effects. We got attack, crit, damage resist, attack speed, cooldown, and crit resist. Definitely get the attack in here. Getting that damage resist even more so is going to be super helpful. And then on top of that, my friends, getting some cooldown will be really nice. Crit resist can help you, but those are going to be the key 3 that I'm going to be focused on in my particular order. We got cooldown, crit, damage resist. Here we got damage resist and attack, damage resist, attack speed. So pretty solid, to be honest, around the board for what we're looking at. Look at this, 42% damage resist plus the 50. We're almost at 100% damage resist. This thing is going to be so tanky, and that's the goal. So that's why I built it this way in particular. Again, the alternative way could be on that attack side, or maybe you want to blend the two together. And for those of you that always are curious about the resonant toppings, you can blend them with the regular toppings to still get the set effect. This is some massive damage resist altogether. And in this case, I would then probably focus more so on my Beascuit to be maybe a little bit more attack forward, or on the defense side, or HP as an example. So to make this thing really chunky, there's no real big reason for us to go really over 100%, or at least I don't think so. If you think so though, let me know in the comments and why. All right, so a couple of things though. So that is our Green Tea Mousse Cookie here, an absolute tank cookie. We are gonna take this thing out for a run. Now, if you still got a question, if you got a comment, please let me know. We're gonna move over to dark mode here, all the way down to one of my favorites when it comes to 8 Hall of Enlightenment, 829. If you haven't checked out our Choco Drizzle guide, please feel free to check that out as well, and all the other stuff here on the channel. It is a great time to like and subscribe to stay up to date on content like this and all the other future content that we always produce for you here as the #1 free-to-play player. All right, so here we go. This is it, my friends. 268. Are you ready to go take on this baddie boss? Yes, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna see exactly how this thing runs. I could not be more excited, my friends. We're gonna go a little bit slower, see how the attacking goes. So just a regular hit. Look at that. Look at this. Boom. Oh, I love it. Look at this shield. That is so awesome, my friends. How cool is that? All right, here we go. So again, that cooldown. Now, one of the reasons we're on that damage resist is once green tea comes off that cooldown, that's probably going to be the point in time where this cookie is the most vulnerable. So you want to keep that in mind in terms of what you're doing, how you're doing it, when it does come to both PvE and PvP. The taunt is great because a lot of times it can play really nicely into the Sublime Tower and some of the key one-offs when it comes to the events as well. All right, here we go. This thing is so tanky, my friends. Double punch. Here we go. Boom. I love it. Look at that. So cool. Such a fun cookie. Such a great tank. I love it. With that, my friends, that is today's episode and guide for you here when it comes to everything that you need to know about the gear and toppings and biscuits for the Green Tea Mousse Cookie. This thing is a tank. So with that, yeah. With that, if you still have questions, if you got comments, certainly let me know. I love to hear from you as always, and would love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server. On top of that, thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your support. Thank you for the likes and the subs as we continue to grow this amazing community here. And thank you so much to our members. We do have memberships available to you. You can check it out here on the channel down below. Emotes, icons, those kinds of things, a bunch of other cool stuff, priority response. On top of that, we do have our swag and merch store and our affiliate links, all super nice ways to support, and I truly appreciate that. It all goes right back into the community here. With that, my friends, on top of that, don't forget my socials, at me, chat me, stay connected. So with that, get out there, enjoy Green Tea Mousse Cookie. I certainly had a lot of fun. This thing is an absolute tank, and keep it up. And with that, until next time, we'll see you again soon. Keep on running.